evening, everyone. I'm Reverend Jamie Michaels. I'm pastor at Old South United Methodist Church, and I'm used to being able to see all of you when we welcome you at the church. And I'm so grateful, so thankful to Reading Community Singers for inviting me to welcome you all to this, even though you're not in our usual location. It is the church's joy to be the singing home of Reading Community Singers throughout the year, and we are blessed by your presence all the time. You know, 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, when the world just shut down overnight, I was overwhelmed when we had to make church remote, and I was, to be honest, a little lost when this building closed, and I also became an Algebra 2 teacher in my own home. But I was absolutely heartbroken when I realized that all of that meant that we couldn't sing together in person for a long time. The hymn writer Brian Wren says, when you sing, you pray twice. And I know that we have been blessed as a church community by the prayers that you all give us in your songs as you sing in our space throughout the year. And we need that soul nurture, right? So whatever your faith tradition, whatever your faith background, I invite you to receive the blessing of hope, joy, love, and peace that this season brings. Let them be tiny little flames kindled in your heart, and may the music that you hear tonight grow them and encourage you to go out into the darkness of these days and shine those lights wherever they're needed. Many blessings, and enjoy your evening.
Thank you, Pastor Jamie. On behalf of the Reading Community Singers, I'd like to welcome everyone tonight. We're so excited that you're here to celebrate the holidays with us. My name's Peter, and I just have a few notes I'd like to share with you before we begin our evening. First of all, our program will be 60 joyous minutes long with no intermission. For safety's sake and to comply with Massachusetts state law and Reading School Department protocols, we ask that you wear a mask at all times covering mouth and nose, just like all of us in the chorus will. And also to maintain social distancing outside of your family units. The taking of photos or videos of any kind is strictly prohibited, and this will be strictly enforced. We ask that you turn off your phones and beepers and pagers and bleepers if you have any of those, and also note the location of exits if there should be any need for those. And now it's time to sit back, relax, and enjoy your Reading Community Singers.
you and welcome. It is my great joy to see so many of you in the audience to join Reading Community Singers as we perform our first live concert on a real stage in 2 years, exactly tonight. We're thrilled to say that we survived this pandemic and here we are and live music is back with all the hope and joy it brings to our members and to you, our audience of family and friends. Thank you all for coming tonight. This is RCS's 102nd year of making music together. We are proud to be here and hope you enjoy tonight's show. The buoyant song, joyful song we welcomed you with, A Christmas Carol, was from the musical Scrooge. Our next selection is The Hope of Christmas. It expresses our hopes and dreams for the holidays. Being able to be together with our loved ones this year is especially poignant for all of us, and it's certainly a dream come true. The opening duet will be sung by our two lovely Sarahs, Sarah Loxton and Sarah Clark.
Christmas has come round again with thoughts of peace, goodwill toward men. But what so carols have their say? Must the Christmas spirit fade?
As you can see, our next song is quite a change of pace. I'm sure most of you recall National Lampoon's Christmas holiday vacation movie, Holiday Road. The featured song from that movie is the theme of this next song, which includes tidbits from 3 popular holiday songs, Jingle Bells, Deck the Halls, and We Wish You a Merry Christmas. It's back to the 50s with this slow rock ballad, Slow Dancing in the Snow. It will be accompanied by, as you're hearing, our fantastic RCS Pit Band. And we're so happy you're here with us. It's been 2 years since we played with you, and that's way too long.
A girl
Tonight is a first. Hanukkah hardly ever falls this early in the season. And tonight, Jewish people around the world are celebrating the 7th night of Hanukkah. To commemorate this miracle of freedom, RCS will be performing the beautiful ballad, A Hanukkah Wish by Andy Beck. The opening solo will be sung by our talented RCS board member and bass, Peter Naraki. Jamie Olafo will light the Hanukkah candles for us at the traditional menorah. The Hebrew prayer Mazel Tov is a traditional German folk song with a text by Mordechai. You may recognize it as the same tune that the English hymn Rock of Ages is sung to.
Families gather, loved ones draw near, keeping tradition each year after year, telling stories of the past, making memories that will last.
As you know, ticket prices never fully cover the cost of any nonprofit or artistic organization. Every year, RCS holds a donation drive to help close that gap. I'd like to personally thank everybody from RCS and in our audience who donated to support Reading Community Singers in 2020 and 2021. Both years we hit above our goals, and we are really grateful. The RCS member who raises the most donation money gets the privilege of choosing a song for a future concert. Last year at the 2020, the Hartley Foundation was the #1 winner of our fundraiser. Their choice was one of my all-time favorite songs, The Spiritual, Every Time I Feel the Spirit. This classic is arranged by William Dawson. Our featured soloist will be more of our talented bassists. Rod Chandler, who's also our webmaster. If you purchased your ticket online, it's thanks to Rod. And Web Potts, who's a health and safety officer who makes sure we're safe every day as we come into rehearsals. There you go. That was his daughter. Hello, ma'am. Both gentlemen are also super helpers and supporters of Reading Community Singers. I recognized your voice because we've talked together. And also Stephanie sitting next to you. I saw you out there, Stephanie.
It chills the body, but not the soul. There ain't but one train upon this track. It runs to heaven and right back. Every time we'll praise, every time I feel the Spirit, I will praise. Every time we'll praise, I will praise. Every time I feel the Spirit, I will praise, I will praise. Every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will praise. Yes, every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart,
Last year, the RCS board and I worked tirelessly to find ways to keep us singing throughout the pandemic and to bring our music to you. We all, you in the audience, we as singers felt so isolated during the early dark days of the pandemic. I knew we had to do something to stay together and support each other both emotionally and psychologically. We did lots of research to learn the best practices to sing remotely. As Reverend Jamie said, none of us knew what we were doing. We had to start from scratch. We bought specialized equipment and our best humor to enable RCS to keep our spirits up through singing. You supported by buying tickets to our holiday and spring virtual concerts, and we're so glad you did. Your support kept us alive while so many other organizations sadly did not survive. More importantly, we also want to thank each one of you who did all the right things to help us get to this place where we can resume live music. You got vaccinated, you helped control the spread. You're wearing your mask, you socially distance in your seats. Music and the arts helped us all get through the pandemic, and we wouldn't be here tonight without you. This has been scary for all of us. We have so many different comfort levels. I know for some of you and some of our singers, this is the very first time we ventured out to a concert. Please raise your hand if this is your first time out. And I know for me it was a super exciting time to be. I know some of you couldn't wait to hear live music. We're so grateful for all for being here. One exciting new tradition that did evolve from the pandemic, during our virtual concerts, we had our talented singers perform featured solos and duets. Our audience and our chorus members love that. So to continue that new tradition, once again, we'll be featuring members of the chorus. It's my great pleasure to introduce our first talented soloist, Judy Bianelli Doucette. I've known Judy for years. In fact, she was one of my very first voice students. I was thrilled when Judy joined RCS last year. Tonight, she'll be singing the Gounod Bach Ave Maria, accompanied by our exceptional accompanist, Joseph Beninati. recognize our next very talented soloist, Sarah Logsdon. Yeah, Al's gonna start playing short people now, thank you. Sarah Logsdon from last year's Spring 2021 virtual concert, where Sarah starred as the entire trio that performed the Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy. That's right, Sarah sang all three parts at the same time. That's the magic of recording, kind of like the Disney's movie, The Parent Trap. Since tonight's concert is live, unfortunately, you only get one Sarah singing at a time. She will be performing What Are You Doing New Year's Eve by Frank Lesser.
When the bells all ring and the horns all blow and the couples we know are fondly kissing, will I be with you or will I be among the missing? Maybe it's much too early in the game. Oh, but I thought I'd ask you just the same. What are you doing New Year's? New Year's Eve. Wonder whose arms will hold you good and tight when it's exactly 12 o'clock at night, welcoming in the new year, New Year's Eve. Maybe I'm crazy to suppose I'd ever be the one you chose out of the 1,000 invitations you received. Oh, but in case I stand one little chance, here comes the jackpot question in advance. What are you doing New Year's? New Year's Eve. Oh, but in case I stand one little chance, here comes the jackpot question in advance. What are you doing New Year's? New Year's Eve.
Next, we'll be featuring 4 more talented men from our chorus. Tenors, Dick Knowles and Mark Tates, and basses, Paul DiStefano and Al Mosier. These men are all longtime members of RCS who have supported our chorus in many crucial leadership positions, like equipment manager, RCS publicity person, sound equipment manager, and resident composer, dancer, comedian, all the way to RCS president. Now I'll have them share with you the rest of the story.
And now for something completely different. The guys got together to present an update of a Christmas classic. This is a guy's 12 Days of Christmas. On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a golf ball on a golf tee. On the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 2 ride-on mowers and a golf ball on a golf tee.
On the third day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 3 ball-peen hammers,
2 ride-on mowers, and a golf ball on a golf tee. On the 4th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 4 sausage pizzas, 3 ball-peen hammers, 2 ride-on mowers, and a golf ball on a golf tee. On the 5th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 5 more Super Bowl rings, 4 sausage pizzas, 3 ball-peen hammers, 2 ride-on mowers, and a golf ball on a golf tee. On the 6th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 6 beers for drinking, 5 more Super Bowl rings, 4 sausage pizzas, 3 ball-peen hammers, 2 ride-on mowers, and a golf ball on a golf tee.
On the 7th night of Hanukkah, my true love gave to me 7 days for napping,
6 beers for drinking, 5 more Super Bowl rings, 4 sausage pizzas, 3 ball-peen hammers, 2 ride-on mowers, and a golf ball on a golf tee. On the 8th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 8 playoff tickets, 7 days of napping, 6 beers for drinking, 5 more Super Bowl rings, 4 sausage pizzas, 3 ball-peen hammers, 2 ride-on mowers, and a golf ball on a golf tee. On the 9th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 9 ladies dancing. Read the script. Come on. 9 dancing lessons. And you need them. 9 dancing lessons. 8 playoff tickets. 7 days for napping. 6 beers for drinking. 5 more Super Bowl rings. 4 sausage pizzas. 3 ball-peen hammers. 2 ride-on mowers, and a golf ball on a golf tee. On the 10th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 10 cigars for smoking, 9 dancing lessons, 8 days for drinking, 5 more Super Bowl rings, 4 sausage pizzas, 3 ball-peen hammers, 2 ride-on mowers, and a golf ball on a golf tee.
On the 11th day of whiskey, my true love gave to me 11 shots of Christmas,
10 cigars for smoking, 9 dancing lessons, 8 playoff tickets, 7 days for napping, 6 beers for drinking, 5 more Super Bowl rings, 4 sausage pizzas, 3 ball-peen hammers, 2 ride-on mowers, and a golf ball on a golf tee. It's almost over. On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 12 car wash coupons, 11 shots of whiskey, 10 cigars of smoking, 9 dancing lessons, 8 playoff tickets, 7 6 beers for drinking, 5 Super Bowl rings, 4 sausage pizzas, 3 ball-peen hammers, 2 ride-on mowers, and a golf ball on a golf.
I'd like to introduce our fabulous president, Annie Lewis. Annie?
I just want to thank you all for coming. As you can see, we needed you. We've been trapped with those guys for a whole 18 months. Oi. Anyways, I want to thank you all for showing up, for coming, for being here. It is just so exciting for us. We have been stuck in our houses for too long. No one knew what the future would hold for the Reading Community Singers and other organizations when we all went into lockdown mode. But there was a light at the end of the tunnel. Zoom. YouTube. By using that technology, we were able to create virtual winter concert and a spring virtual concert. It was different. We sang by ourselves in our house, maybe in the bathroom, so we'd get better acoustics. And, you know, we couldn't hear anybody else sing, but we did it. And if it was not for the help of Chris Rogers, Al Mosier, pianist Joseph Beninati, and our director, Beth Mosier, it wouldn't have happened. And it made us happy, plus it showed us that we could do anything. We have all rehearsed very safely this is on a serious note, following all the protocols necessary, including everyone to be vaccinated, which they have been. So here we are, singing in person, in front of real people, with a real band. As Jackie Gleason said, how sweet it is. So it also takes many people to make light work. And we happen to have a lot of volunteers. You have to schedule the musicians, rehearsals, setting up. You have met the pastor who came before. If it wasn't for their gracious hospitality, we wouldn't have a place to rehearse, and we owe them a lot of debt. And I wish she was still here, and I would like to thank her personally, which she already knows. I'd also like to thank the Reading Memorial High School principal, Kevin Tracy, facility manager, Kevin Gerstner, and David Mosier, who is the choral director and head of the arts department here at the high school, for allowing us to sing in this beautiful auditorium. To Josie and the rest of the members who operate the lighting and the sound systems, thank you very much. And if I have not mentioned anyone in particular for all that they have done for RCS and to create this concert, please accept my gracious thanks and gratitude. But we are here to sing, and sing we will. On behalf of the Reading Community Singers, our band, our wonderful pianist, Joseph Beninati, did I do that right? Our amazing and incredible artistic director, Beth Mosier, we wish you and your families a very happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, and a very, very blessed and happy New Year. Now on with the show.
Poet Robert Frost is best known for his lyrical poem, Stalking by the Woods on a Snowy Evening. Our resident RCS composer, and I guess resident drunk too, Al Mosier, has set Frost's beautiful poem to music and created the lush and haunting choral arrangement, Stalking by Woods. Steve Gold will be featured as our tenor saxophone, and here we go. Our next selection is a Christmas song for the selfie generation. The vocal group, Straight No Chaser, teamed up with actor-singer Kristen Bell for a really cute holiday number, Text Me Merry Christmas. The opening solo is sung by our incredibly hardworking and wonderful music librarian, Lisa Murphy, soprano, along with her wonderful backup singers and personal helper ladies, Louisa Monroe, soprano, and Jamie Blanco, alto. Beverly and Sal Mirando are the featured speakers, accompanied by speech bubble holders, you'll see what that is in a minute, Catherine Novak and Mark Tate.
This holiday, you are far away, and I'll be all alone. So please remember this December to fully charge your phone.
Hi. Hey. How are ya? Lonely. Oh, I miss you. Miss you too. I wish I could text better. I wish I could make this text bigger. Love you. Love you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
As you've probably figured out, RCS is a wonderful family of singers. I'm sure you've also been wondering, were Sal and Beverly Mirando related? Yes, they're married. Al Mosher and I are still married too. That's because RCS makes a great date night out. Those of us who don't have relatives singing in the chorus, certainly have a lot of them in tonight's audience, are helping out by working at the ticket and check-in tables, ushering, house managing, helping with setup and breakdown, putting the kids to bed or doing the dishes so our singers can get to rehearsal. These are all really important things, and we'd like to thank everyone that supported us. Please give a huge thank you to all the people supporting tonight's performance, all of you. Thank you. And speaking about supporting our production, our jazzy version of Feliz Navidad is made even more special as it's accompanied by our fabulous pit band. On piano is our terrific accompanist and my dear friend Joseph Beninati. On trumpet we have Mark Napier-Kowski. Andrew Conway is on trombone. Kurt Steve Gold on clarinet and sax, Jeff Butler on percussion, and last but never least, Elizabeth Suchi on electric bass. We're happy they're all here, so happy. One, two, three, four. Our next song, Christmas Children, is a wistful song from the 1970s film Scrooge. It captures the imagination of children looking into the shop window and dreaming of what might be. The sweet and sentimental solo will be performed by Sharon Fluid, soprano.
Christmas. 'Tis the season of 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 Christ
A favorite holiday tradition is singing the Hallelujah chorus from Handel's Messiah. Typically, we do ask the audience to join us in singing this favorite. However, just this time, hopefully, to keep with healthy protocols, we ask that for this year, you listen from your seats. But if you'd really like to sing with us, we invite you to join RCS for our spring season. You don't have to audition to join. That's a positive, but we do require that you can carry a tune, you can match pitch, you are committed to attending rehearsals, and you love to sing. Registration opens on Monday, in 2 days, on December 7th, and our first rehearsal is going to be February 1st. I just completed choosing the new music, and I promise you're gonna love it. I'm super psyched, and I'm sure you're gonna be psyched too with our Hallelujah chorus. Thank you again for coming tonight and being such a wonderful and welcoming audience. We hope that you'll join us again on May 21st, 21st, 2022 at Reading Memorial High School for our spring concert, Love Makes the World Go Round. It'll feature beloved music from Disney, from the great 70s band Chicago, Broadway musicals, and hits from singers like an artist like Adele, Barry Manilow, Lin-Manuel Miranda, and so much more. I'm excited to share this music with our singers and with you. For more information about our events can be found in your program by clicking on the QR code at the entrance of the auditorium. Our final song in tonight's program is the stunning Let There Be Peace on Earth. Past president and current program and flyer maker, QR code creator, as well as general all-around helper and support person, Linda Lydecker will be featured on flute. Thank you again for sharing this evening for us. No matter what holiday you celebrate, I hope that all of your holiday dreams come true. We're going to do a reprise of the first number, and then when the choir files out, they're going to go out this door and get their things, and we're going to ask that the audience goes up the back door so we're not all crowded together and trying to keep along with the healthy things. We've been healthy to start, we're going to keep it that way. A Christmas Carol. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. It's been a dream come true.